Hello, beautifuls of the feed. It's me, Benji. Welcome back to another general reading today. I'm just going to be doing a general reading, obviously. And if you do resonate, please like and subscribe if you're new, and also leave a comment if you feel like it. And we're just going to get into it. Yeah, let's just see what the general energy is in this reading. Obviously, if you resonate, you do. If you don't, you don't. Some of our readings seem very specific lately, so if it's really not for you, please just don't get upset if that's the case. If not, then all good. Um, let's just see what the general energy is today, and I do this with the highest intention of all good. My readings. So we do have Strength, and then we have the Five of Wands, and we have the High Priestess, and we have the Chariot, and we have the Hanged Man. These all just came out like in a clump. Sometimes my cards feel clumpy, and sometimes they feel light and feathery. So we got a lot of cards coming out at the beginning. Strength is really showing a good Leo vibe. You know, taming the lion. You kind of like being very compassionate towards yourself. That's kind of what I'm getting. We just had like really lots of strength going through something, so I feel like you have to show compassion towards yourself with that. We have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands shows like very like almost like having a debate, like an argument, or being very frustrated, some frustrated feelings, you know, just like arguments or like a battle of some sort. So we have strength through the, you know, like this kind of, it's kind of like a little battle thing that's going on. We have the High Priestess, which really gives divine, you know, intuition and truth. Like something is coming to light. You're really finding something out at the moment, and it's very interesting. We have the Chariot after this, which is very much dual. These cards are giving me like duality, very much. So I feel like you're going to come into this like truth, and you're going to be very direct about the approach that you take after you find this truth out. You're going to very much sacrifice and release a lot of whatever's going on with the Hanged Man. So we have sacrifice, release, and we have a sense of balance. You know, like this balance is really there, and I feel like the emotion's been tamed by you, and I think that's really beautiful. And we have the world after that one, which so it really gives me the sense of like freedom, and also like a universe sense of connected with the universe. This card in my other set is actually the universe card in this one, and this one's the world. So I really get that like this is like the world's in your hand, you know, you're like embracing opportunities, and you have like a new opportunities coming, like just things are good. It's kind of what I'm getting from that card. And this other card that came out here is also this card here. So it seems like there's going to be like a happy surprise of some sort, or some sort of like you know, someone's coming in, and I feel like they're going to give you a gift of some sort, and it feels like they're going to bring like a connection along with something else. And I feel like that could be wisdom, it could be anything, it could be money, it could be you know, a dinner, or it just could be anything. I really feel like it's the gift of like gratefulness. That's what I'm really getting from this, like being grateful and like really showing gratitude and kindness and things like that. So it's very interesting, this reading that's come out so far. We have like obviously some struggles that are going on. There's some divine truth that's going on. There is a need. So we have public reward that came out after the you know, some sort of validation in the public, you know, eye, or you know, like people are looking at you, and I feel like they're going to reward you greatly for something. And we have this need, and I feel like the need card coming out after this public reward is really giving me the sense of, I think, in the sense of this, I feel like there is a need for some sort of finances, you know, stability, you know, like being able to look after yourself properly. So I really get that sense from that card, and like with the public reward before it, I feel like there might be a sense of this need being fulfilled. That's just a feeling. Let's get a couple more cards out. See what else we have. We have Judgment, and we have the Devil, and we have the Ten of Cups. So it's very interesting because I feel like the Judgment card's really coming out, and it's giving the sense of like being in a place where you have to make a choice. You know, you have lack, you have the devil card coming out, which kind of gives oppression, you know, repressed feelings or emotions, materialism, even. It really gives me the sense of like maybe this monetary need isn't really needed. In the sense of like there is a choice that like, do you need like this extra money so you can have material things, or do you just feel that way because you have a need and like it's like a it's so hard to say. You don't have a need for like material things, and I feel like the universe is really being like you're like doing the right thing, but I feel like this need for the material is outside of like basic needs. And I really feel like this choice can lead to this Ten of Cups, which I really feel like this gives me a sense of completeness, you know, like dreams coming true. So it's very interesting. I feel like I'm also kind of getting the feeling that this need could be fulfilled in some way. I feel like the universe could also be like, like it's like definitely judging the situation. And there's a choice, and I feel like this choice is going to bring material. So, interestingly enough, I think that like brings along to like that fulfillment. You know, like the dreams coming true. I feel like there has possibly been a lack. So, you know, in like the finance area through most of your life, I'm guessing. I'm just guessing that one. It's just really, it is kind of like a muddy feeling. So it's kind of like it's been there for a long time and it's very dull, like it's very disassociated in a way. But I feel like you deserve this abundance that's coming. I'm going to move on to some other cards and let's just clarify and see what comes out. Let's just clarify whatever wants to come out for this reading, just to go with it and to just as like, you know, clarification, please. We have the Nine of Wands. Interesting. So that's very much thinking about like taking like a defense, like being very like it's like very defensive. We have stability, so defense against stability. So it's really giving me like taking defense and like trying to be stable when it comes to finances because we have 4 coins. So it's a really defensive feeling. Happy surprise. Yeah, mental energy. Page of Swords is very much mental energy, right? So I think a lot of thoughts are going into this, and I think it's really giving you thoughts and taking defense, but like it's almost like defending your security in a way. It's very interesting. And the Page of Cups also came out. So the Happy Surprise came out. It just seems like there is going to be some sort of fulfillment of dreams or, you know, like a thing that's going to just change your life. I really feel like it's to do with money. And I also think it's got to do with like a connection, you know, like this is very much like something coming in and giving you a gift of something. There is this need for stuff, you know, like I feel like this person coming in may indeed give you a gift of finances in some form. Okay, I'm going to move on to the Silver Tower, and I'd like to just clarify. Specifically, is there anything that can show us what gift is going to come in? Like, what kind of gift is it? Six of Swords. Moving through something, right? Like, you're like traveling down the river and you've just come down that big waterfall that's real scary, you know? So, this is really giving me the gift of this card. There's a rainbow on this and there's a rainbow on that. So, it really gives me a sense that moving towards that, moving towards this fulfillment of dreams and stuff. So this happy surprise is really giving me the vibe that like this happy surprise is someone coming in and they're going to fulfill your dreams. I feel like it's going to be very direct. It's going to be very duality. There's a lot of balance going on, and I feel like with the strength and like the things that you've gone through, as I'm going over these again, the strength that's coming out, it's very much connecting. We have the Five of Chalices. That's very interesting. I feel like things have been woven. I feel like this is manifesting, like this has been manifested, yeah. I just really get that like ritual, kind of like I get like there's things going on. It's like self-development, It's very much like, moving with the flow and just being very connected. And I feel like this just gives me a vibe that like the Empress. Yeah, it's very loving. Yeah, the Five of Chalices really just kind of giving me a sense of like that's been woven. There is peace, there's balance, it's very connected. You're very connected with the universe with this card to me. The Empress card is really giving that kind of like abundant feeling of, empathy and compassion and being very like knowing. Very light. There's a sun, there's the animals surrounding you, very compassionate, loving. So, very interesting. So, this happy surprise seems to be more along the lines of fulfillment. Like this is more than just monetary. I get that this is fulfillment. We have the Fool and we have the World. So this is very much giving me fulfillment, right? Like fulfillment. The Fool is very much the first card. It's a very good energy. It's like there's been an eclipse and you're a brand new person, like you're just like thriving. And the World is really giving me like the sense of like brand new, like a new sense of foundness, if that makes sense. A new sense of oneness with the world. And there's a lot of beginnings, like new beginnings. And, there's a baby tree or like a sapling. There's an older lady. And then there's a young boy on this card. And there's also a really old tree. So it's like kind of like giving me the vibe of like, the world, like it's really compassionate. It's really beautiful, this card. I'm going to show you this one. It's like a reflection of like life, like you're young and then you grow old. And I feel like that's what the tree does as well. So the world, it's like you're connected. You're just part of everything. And I feel like you're really connected. Oh yeah, the Knight of Pentacles came out down here. So this one's like very much like self-development. And it's also very much giving me like working on your aspirations and desires like very diligently at like a very high standard, and it's very like prideful. There's not much of like the ego coming through that's like toxic ego. It just really gives me like this sense of like pride and just like a non-arrogance when it comes to what you're doing. You're like very much like in it, and you're being very connected while doing it. It's like planning something too. Like I get that like this is like calling something, like the dude's on the back of the stag or whatever that is, and he's got a horn and he's like calling something with the horn, like he's taking it on, like whatever he's calling with the horn, which I think looks like a war horn or something. I really think that he's like calling on like the battle and he's ready to move forward. So it's like very diligent and very, very strong and very, very like hard working and just like not giving up. That's what I get from that. So I really get that there's a great sense of freedom coming from this reading. I would like to say that before I did this reading, I was just sitting here and thinking, like, should I do a reading that goes for like, for like the next month roundup from like the beginning of September or beginning of October, because it's like coming up. And it just popped into my head. So I'm just gonna go for it. This is the a reading for September, for October to like the end of it. So like, from basically now to the end of October. I really do have that feeling, and it just popped up, and it was like, you need to say this. All right. Okay. Well, I think this is an interesting reading. Please definitely let me know if it's for you. I would like to just clarify one more thing, just one more thing, and I would like to clarify this fulfillment and stuff. Like, what does that entail? What does the fulfillment entail? I know we figured out what the happy surprise is going to be, and it's going to be like dreams fulfilled. So, what are these dreams that are going to be fulfilled if we can get that, please? It's like a big clump. I was just thinking maybe this is just not something I shouldn't dig this deep, but like, we're just going to see, because sometimes the cards are like stuck behind another one and they just don't come out until they're free enough to come out. I really get that. Well, there's one card that's come out. Oh, these three kind of wanted to come out, so we'll just go for it. 3. Okay, the Chariot came out. So this is what the fulfillment entails. Direction, focus, determination, concentration, triumph, and perseverance. And it just says you have success in the face of difficulty. So I feel like no matter what, really, at this point, I feel like you're going to have success no matter what in the face of difficulty. With prosperity without... prosperity, power, opportunity, manifestation, labor, new ventures, with the Ace of Pentacles. We have giving, receiving, fairness, justice, generosity, sharing, influence, and nobility. And that's the Six of Pentacles. And we have movement, speed, quick decisions, change, boldness, excessive force, and generosity. So we have a lot of giving and generosity here. I really feel like this is moving towards a place where you're going to be very generous and obviously giving. And there is this manifestation taking place of prosperity. You're going to have new power within yourself, new opportunities. You're going to be very much like into labor. So like, I feel like labor is just working at this point. Like, doesn't matter what kind of labor it is. I feel like you're going to definitely be doing this new venture and putting a lot of labor into it. So I feel like this is really what's truly deeply down, like what you want. That's very interesting. I'm going to get 4 more cards. Let's see if we can get 4 more cards to come out. And let's just see what else is part of this fulfillment. We have strength. This is so interesting. These cards have already come out. So you don't know your own strength until it's tested. We have self-assurance, we have confidence, passion, resilience, courage, and inner power. So very much seems a very spiritual kind of thing. I feel like this is very fulfilling on such a fulfillment level, happiness, compassion, trust in the universe, high-minded, and optimism. It's very beautiful. And here we go. We have open your heart and receive the love from others. The last one was the 9 of Cups, by the way. And this is balance, attraction, partnership, harmony, equality, balance, connection. And this is the 2 of Cups. Very beautiful. So this fulfillment is very beautiful, like fulfillment is like in the eyes of the beholder. But at the end of the day, I feel like this is truly what the soul wants. And other cards come out. We have the Empress, so be happy with the results of your actions. We have fertility, beauty, happiness, nature, pleasure, development, and success. And then we have courage as well. Persistence, strength, unshakable force, great success, health, discipline, and valor. So I feel like this is very beautiful. This is very humble, and it's very wonderful that I am doing this reading for you today. If you are resonating, please let me know. definitely hit the like button, and also subscribe if you're new, and leave a comment if you like. Okay, now that I've done that, I am just going to quickly do one oracle card set, and I am going to do the star seeds because I think the star seeds are always great to look at sometimes. So let's just do star seeds, please. Just give us a message that goes with this reading that can provide like a higher message to go with this from the stars directly, please. Okay. And our messages: double mission, light worker, starseed. Here we go. Thought so. Serve the world by being you. Everything, I feel like everything falls into place. And I'm starting to realize, because I'm still kind of new to oracle cards and the wisdom and stuff that's coming through, and the things that I'm even saying sometimes. And sometimes I watch it back and I'm like, I get it now. And like, I don't know, does it seem crazy or not? Like when I do it, I'm like, what did I just do? Please don't hate me for it. It's just really like, I feel like I go into like a little bit of a trance sometimes. And then I'm like, what was that reading about? And then I watch it back and I'm like, oh, I don't even remember it being like that. Like it just seems so foreign sometimes. And then when I watch it back, it seems so resonant. And it's so interesting that that happens sometimes. The next one is isolation, physical connection, and community. You're not alone. So if there is a disconnect at the moment, which I'm guessing whoever this is for, there has been a disconnect in connection. And I really feel like don't forget that you're not alone, and there really is people out there. In general, I feel like there are some bad people in the world, and unfortunately, that's kind of the way it is. And um, I guess I'm just saying it in a way that it's like, um, I really just want to say I believe in you and be strong, which I think you do have because you have the strength card back there and it came out twice. But I really feel like just remember you're not alone. There's someone out there for you, and definitely it's showing in this reading that that's part of this manifestation that's taking place. And this physical connection and community is really going to come back into your life. That's what I'm kind of getting. I feel like you're in isolation, but you really crave physical connection and community. You just have to remember you're not alone. We have next up is Messenger, Sirius energy, bringing harmony and balance. So this one's really giving me being balanced between divine masculine, divine feminine, and being very dual, and being mindful. Being strong, being emotional, being strategic. It's very much like being in the middle ground of things and using both things as a tool so that you can move forward in a very harmonious way. Earth pulsing, pulsive mother, slow down, time in nature. So this one really suggests that it's a message that's like a direct message that I get that you should try and embrace nature. The picture on this card is like a waterfall and just nature, like a waterfall, and it has some really trippy stuff on it too. And I don't really know what that is. It looks like a city. It's very interesting. It's like the city and nature, and it's like, take time in nature, really connect and feel the earth pulsing. I really get that. Feel the energy flowing and stuff in nature, and it's really, really healing. So I really get that. That's a beautiful message today from the star seeds. I am just going to pull the next one off the top, and we're just going to go with that one with the last one today. Big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, and inspired ideas. Well, I think that's a really good one. I feel like that's trying to show you that you are actually very visionistic, if that's a word. You're very like a visionary. You have inspired ideas, and I feel like with this card, it's really telling you to just go for it. Just chase after your dreams, go for it. You have Pleiades energy. You have it on your side, so I feel like you're very much in that place. So with that, I hope y'all enjoyed my reading today, and if you would like, definitely subscribe, like, comment, all that great stuff, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. All right, take care. Bye bye.